about to leave. Already packing, come with me.
I'm Ben.
I'm Maz.
And we moved to Australia with our children in 2016.
We've set up a new life for ourselves here on the Sunshine Coast, and we film all about it, as well as giving you some tips and tricks in case you're looking at doing the same.
We'll get away. This is what we waited for.
Hi guys, and welcome back to the Bam Family.
So this week we thought we'd tell you about 6 things that we think you should do in Australia. The first thing that we think you should do in Australia is buy local where you can, because there are so many incredible small businesses and creators here, from things like buying the honey locally and also skincare products. There are loads of people creating some wonderful natural products all around Australia, and also loads of markets where the creators go to. It's quite something, isn't it?
Yeah, you've got a lot of artisan markets as well, and people that are producing their own clothing and even growing their own fruit and veg.
When you support a small business, you're supporting a family. That's something that we really love about Australia, and we think that people should be getting out there and supporting all of those small businesses. A lot of them have taken quite a hit in the last few years, so now more than ever it's very important to do.
So this brings us on to the second one. An amazing thing to do in Australia is just holiday here. The place is so big. It'll take you a lifetime really to get around and see everything you'd want to see.
So I think if we only ever holidayed in Australia, we would still have new things to see every single time we went away.
This is one of the most amazing countries in the world.
With the sheer size of Australia and all the different climates, the different areas, the different cultures within the country. We've been in Australia, as most of you know, for 6 years, and we feel like we've barely scratched the surface. Like, we've seen quite a lot of things, but we've barely scratched it.
I don't think we've even scratched it yet. I think we've just gently brushed past.
You don't go to Australia and it's all the same. You go to Australia and everything is so different.
Yeah, even the cities, they all have a totally different vibe about them.
So from going to these beautiful beachside resorts to going to the middle of Whoop Whoop, as many of you now know about, so going to the middle of Whoop Whoop, going and visiting Ayers Rock, going and skiing down south. There's just so many different things you can do, and like you just can't even, you could never get around everything in a lifetime because there's just so much. We're getting loads of messages actually asking us if we've been to certain places and telling us about certain places, and our list that we need to visit and go and see is just so long. We really are hoping that within the next 60 years we can get around them all. So the next thing that we really think you should do in Australia is to always be prepared. So from snake bites, because you've got to be ready for them if they happen. You've got to know what to do if you get a snake bite or if your friend gets a snake bite. Also things like being prepared for the flooding, which you would have seen us talk about last week, and bushfires. All of these things can happen. I mean, there's many more things that can happen. But
not more than just snake bites, there's spider bites as well. And
yeah, these things do happen, so it's always good to be prepared for them. Even down to little things like knowing which Facebook pages or websites that you need to check up on to see what the advice is from the emergency services. So we know in Queensland that we need to check the QFES page, and that will tell us what alert our area or our suburb is on. So for example, if we just need to observe what's going on, or if there's an evacuation order, All of those things we can find out from the QFES page. We can look on the Bureau of Meteorology, the BOM website, and we can see if there's any current weather alerts or what's happening at the moment. Often in extreme events, you might lose phone signal or electricity. So being prepared for that is very important in Australia.
Number 4, didn't do 8. Number 4 is respect nature and the wildlife around you. Australia here is such a beautiful country. That's exactly how we want to keep it.
Australians take a real pride in their country and having it looking beautiful, as well as protecting its wildlife. And, you know, and also the other thing is that the wildlife is still wild. If you see some wild animals, they might look cute and fluffy. Give them space. They might not look cute and fluffy as well. There are many that do not look cute and fluffy.
And definitely stay away from the kangaroos, because they aren't actually waving at you like someone keeps thinking.
Well, they might be waving and they might be very friendly, but I know that the kangaroos on our property are still very nervous or are very nervous of us. And so although I will wave from a distance, and I will, you know, obviously try not to startle them or do anything that would worry them, they are still wild animals, so I wouldn't approach them.
They might be very Instagrammable, but definitely give them the space, because I don't think they really want to be on Instagram.
Well, I don't think they mind, but just not a close-up, because they're not sure what you're doing. They're not familiar with the gram. But if you're familiar with the gram, jump onto ours at the BAM Family Lab. How smooth was that? At the BAM Family Lab in Australia, because we do share some wildlife pictures, although we do stay at a distance, they're not always perfect. So number 5 on our list of things you should do in Australia, something that we've noticed quite a lot is that people pay it forward. So for example, if they see someone in a shop who, like, their card doesn't go through or something like that, often the person behind them will just pay for it. Like, and it's something, and they'll say, next time you can, you pay it forward to someone else. Or they'll like pay for a coffee for someone and they'll say, oh, when you can, pay it forward. There was, when we had, there was something wrong with our pool, and a pool company came out and they said, oh, there's nothing we can do because it's under warranty. You could actually get it fixed under your warranty. And he said, look, I'm not going to charge you for coming, but I tell you what, if you could just pay it forward and do something nice for someone else, then, you know, that's good by me. And I thought that was lovely. Obviously, only pay it forward if you can. If you're not in a situation where you can, then don't. But if you can, then it's a lovely thing to do, to just pay it forward for someone else who's in a bit of a tricky situation. It's nice to do nice things for other people, and then you know, they do something for someone else, and it's just a nice cycle. We think that it's a really nice part of Aussie culture to pay it forward and help other people out.
We definitely do. So, you live in Australia, or you're visiting Australia, have more barbecues.
Be a part of the barbecue culture. And the reason that's important is because it is a great social event. And whether you have it at your house or in a park, it is a great way to socialise. The other great thing about the barbecue is that it doesn't matter what you eat or what your diet is, there is always something tasty that you can stick on a barbecue.
You can grill anything.
A barbecue is for everybody.
Yes.
And you had another one, didn't you?
I do.
So Ben, give us your bonus point today.
I think everyone should learn a water sport. Now, this is great for your social, your health and fitness, and it's a damn good way of getting out of the house and doing something. So with Australia, we've got so many beautiful oceans, waterways, lakes, dams, streams. So you can go out jet skiing, paddleboarding, kayaking, scuba diving, snorkeling, free diving, you name it. You can pretty much do it here.
Our favourite thing that we've done so far with regards water sports was we went snorkeling in the ocean to look at the Great Barrier Reef, and that was probably the most exciting thing. I've never really swum in the ocean before, and it was remarkable.
I would actually say my favourite thing we've done water sports wise was when we went jet skiing down in Melbourne.
Oh yes! Yes, that was actually really good fun as well.
One, it was great because I got to hang out with my brother.
Yeah, when we went jet skiing in Melbourne, it was actually with our families. So Ben's brother had come over, and our sister-in-law and nephews, and we also met our nephews' in-laws, who were lovely. They're like family now. They're not in-laws, are they? They're just family.
Yeah.
So
the Melbourne family.
yeah, it's a jolly good fun, whereas when we went snorkeling, that was on our own, but that was also jolly good fun. Please give this video a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.
Check out the Instagram.
Yeah, I was just going to say, follow us on all the socials. So there's Facebook, all the socials, Facebook and Instagram.
All of two.
At the BAM Family in Australia, because there's quite a lot of updates during the week and a lot of silliness, and yeah, we just share our lives. For example, it was Meerkat's birthday this week. Lily got a new car, and we just share all those kind of things with you. If we see something beautiful in the garden, or if we're just doing something that's fun, we'll share it with you. And anything that goes through my head usually comes out on Instagram.
Yeah, it's a great way It's a great way of keeping up with the family.
And also on Instagram last night, I put the kangaroos up that were on the driveway.
Yes, I did see.
I was, just to be clear, because we spoke about this point earlier, I was standing well back, because I always give them their space, so I would never ever get too close for the gram, but you still get to see them, and they were beautiful.
And with that, we will see you next week. Bye.
Oh my god, it's so wet. I think we might have to stand up here. Oh, that's too close, isn't it? Bugger.
Horizons.
Duck? Duck?
Me?
Yeah. You're the only other person here. Well, I'm trying to see if the line's straight. No, I think it's straight. So we started recording at a sports ground, and then it started raining, and so we've had to come back here.
Yeah, and the grounds were pretty waterlogged anyway. Like you're pretty much walking in a puddle.
Yeah, this is how much we love you, and we wanted to give you a bit of a change of scene. So we went and stood in muddy puddles.
Yeah, Peppa Pig here.
Yeah. Anywho, we're back at home now, and it's drier. Anywho.
You try again?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
You'll get a bonus one at the end.
What? At the same.
You'll get a bonus one right at the end.
Yeah. Because what happens is we write down all of the points that we've got, and then while we're filming, we think of more. And that's why you often get bonus things chucked in with us.
And you're very welcome.
It's never going to end.
Never.
Never going to end.
And the kangaroos aren't really waving at her.
Yeah. So for anyone on the gram or Facebook, you will know that I do give the kangaroos in our garden a wave every time I see them, because I really want them to know that I'm friendly.
Yeah. I don't see many pictures of my Maggie on there. So,
No.
more pictures of Maggie. I think she's got a husband now.
Oh, that's nice. Maggie's the magpie that follows Beth around. For those of you who are not familiar with Maggie.
And there's even some room for the vegans.
Plenty, as we well know.
Or plenta.
That was actually very funny of you.
You're welcome.
Very witty then.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah,
Just
for
here
the wit.
comedy.
The wit, wasn't it?
Yeah, we do have a bit of footage. I don't know if it's going to be great.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're wittering on.
Cheers, wittering.
Yeah, because this has got nothing to do with the video whatsoever.
So the second one on our list, that's number 2.
Good job.
I'll have to help you.
He's one of them clever kids.
Yeah, just in case you can't keep up.
It's not just for sausage lovers.
But don't worry too much about the TikTok. Because,
Yeah, we're
I think
rubbish
there's
at
only
that.
one video on that.
I think there's 2, but we're terrible at 2 or 3. We're terrible at it. Be sure to watch these awesome videos. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And follow us on our socials at the Bam Fam Lam in Australia.